welcome to None Such Farm. Today I am going to be making meatballs. I know a lot of people don't know how to make meatballs, or they make them and they don't like them, so I'm going to show you how I do it. This is pretty easy. I'm going to show you a couple tricks too. My first trick is parchment paper. This isn't just a trick for meatballs. You know how it never fits in the pan? Let me show you how to make it fit. You're going to take it over to your sink, crumble it up, and get it wet. Squeeze all the excess water out. And then you just open it up and form it to your pan. I'll turn the camera down so you can see it. I gotta do something different for a tripod or something, I don't know. And it's okay if it's wet. Mine has lots of water on it. But see, now it fits pretty good. All the sides are in. I can fit my meatballs in the corners. And that's all you gotta do. So I've got one done. I'm doing 5 pounds of hamburger. So I'll definitely be able to get 2 sheets worth, at least probably 2 sheets. So what I do that a lot of people don't do, or don't know to do, is I make like a breading base for my meatballs first and let that set for about 10 minutes. Finish this off and show you what I've got. And it's pretty versatile too. You can use, whatever you want for breading. You can use stuffing mix. You can use crackers. You can use bread, stale bread. In here, I had 1 pack of Ritz crackers, so I crushed those up. And then I'm going to add some breadcrumbs because I need more. So like I said, I've got 5 pounds to do. So I eyeball it. That's probably about 1.5 cups, maybe 2 cups of breading that I put in here. And then I season it. So I like to put oregano. Let's see. I don't measure. I measure with my heart. That's probably 2 tablespoons of oregano. And then put some garlic powder. Let me get my fresh garlic powder, my freeze-dried garlic powder. This is my freeze-dried garlic powder. It's the same as regular garlic powder. It's just fresher, I guess. So probably about 2 tablespoons of that too. Let's see, that's garlic. What do we have up here? Onion powder, onion salt. We'll put some onion salt in. You can use onion powder and just use less table salt. So I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of onion powder, maybe 2.5. And so I'm not going to put any table salt in it, but I am definitely going to add pepper. About the same, about 2 tablespoons of everything. And then I will add some parsley. I don't know why I add parsley, just because it's pretty, I guess. This is parsley that I freeze-dried from my garden, and that I probably put about 3 tablespoons in. So I am going to use probably 3 or 4 eggs in here. And they're large eggs. I'll probably use 4. I'm going to use 4. Like I said, I just eyeball it because you really want this. Oh, I almost didn't get that egg out. You really want this wet. So for eggs, and then milk. That was probably about 3/4 cup, and let's stir that and see what it looks like. I go by look, how moist it is, and I'll show you what that looks like. Definitely need more milk, I believe. Your milk is a really good binder. Now, it looks a little wet, but these crackers and breadcrumbs are going to absorb this liquid, which is what you want. guys can see this or not. No, you can't see the bulk of it, but I'll show it to you. And my hamburger is 80%. I usually like 85, but they didn't have it at the supermarket, so I got 80%, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, the fat is going to really hold it together too. Okay, let me show you what I got here. So you see how liquidy this kind of is. Well, when we come back in 10 minutes, it's not going to be that liquidy. It's going to be a little stiffer. So we're going to let that set, and then we'll be back. All right, I'm back. So this is what you got. This is what you're left with after about 10 minutes. It's nice and thick and goopy. It's like sticking to itself, so you know that's going to be a good binder. So, whoop. I've got gloves on because I like to cook with my hands. And this is a 10-pound piece, 10-pound log of Hamburg. Got it at Sam's Club. So I'm just going to cut it in half. My dog is right here waiting for any scraps that fall. Riley, go lay down. I hate it when she's in my kitchen. I'm just going to set this aside because I will bag that up after. All right. Just dump that right in there. This is the fun part. You're going to break up that Hamburg and mix it all in with your hands. Try not to overwork it too much. I mean, you don't want it to, you want to like really mix it, but you don't want to over mix it. If you really mix it, you're going to have some really solid meatballs. But you want to break up the meat too. Make sure it blends in very well. If you have like a stand mixer, you can use that too. I do too, but my hands work just as good. You can use that, the stand mixer, on like a knead mode. A lot of people will just say, oh, just buy them. They're not that expensive. Yeah, but they're gross. They're not expensive, but they're gross. You can't get a good homemade meatball bought frozen in the store. And you can make it your own. You can even mince up, onions and peppers and put in these. You can do whatever you want. Garlic, you can put garlic in it. All right, that's mixed up as much as I want to mix it. I'm going to show you what it looks like. My gloves are falling off. So this is what it looks like now with all that breading in it. So that's going to bind it really well together. And what I use is a scoop. I got this medium-sized scoop. I think that's a medium. Maybe it's a large from Pampered Chef, and they make the perfect size meatballs. So I put tons of scoops on the pan. I overlap them and everything because once I do all the scooping, I go through and roll them with my hands so they're nice and perfectly formed. And I always have more room after I do that for more meatballs. So I try to like stack extras on there. So it's been a while since I've made a video. I actually have a video out here that I need to publish. I just haven't, you know, between working 7 days a week, it's just kind of a hassle to get on here. I come home from work and I make supper and go to bed and get up early in the morning and do it all over again. So I really haven't had the gumption to make any videos, but I need to get back into it because I really like making videos. And a friend of mine came over the other day and said, you need to make more videos. I love watching them. So here's to you, Brenda. Thanks for watching my videos. So I will try to be more consistent and make more videos. Maybe I will not be able to get another pan full. Oh well, let's see. We shall see how many we can squeeze onto this pan. Like I told you, I like stack them up until I get it all done. I'm gonna go grab another glove, a couple gloves. This is the fun part. I think I did pretty good. Take a little bit from that one. See, I like them nice and uniform compared to these. This is going to produce a lot of grease. So about halfway through, I will dump the grease out in a pot. Just so they're not sitting in that grease as it cooks. But they're so easy, and these smell so good. And if you want them really yummy, make up the meat like I just did and cover it and refrigerate it overnight. And those spices just meld into the meat. So good. I mean, but these are still good. I just had to do it all today because I have customers coming for meatballs. They ordered meatballs, sweet and sour. I have my oven preheated to 400. What do you guys want to see some videos of? I know Brenda, I think it was Brenda, wanted to see how I did potatoes. Maybe it wasn't Brenda, I can't remember. Canned potatoes. So I think what I'll do is I'll show you how to do it both ways. I'll show you how to do it the approved way through the not FDA, USDA. And then I'll show you how I do it. I've done it both ways. And the reason I don't like to do the FDA or the USDA approved is because there's so much starch in the water, and you got to rinse them when you take them out, and this just stops you from having to do that. And I basically use mine mostly for what am I thinking? Soups and home fries. I use them for home fries the most, and they're just so good. With these, I can just take it with the dry packed. I can just take them right out of the jar into the fry pan. But if I did them with the water, I would have to rinse them really good, and then it like gets in your drain, and it's just a pain. It's a pain. So the concern is that they don't get the highest amount of heat to preserve them because there's no liquids surrounding them. My thought is with that butter in there, that butter gets hot. It gets very hot. Fats get hot. And I think that that's enough to heat them jars up because there's nothing surrounding them. So you think that the heat would ricochet even better instead of in the liquid. That's just my thought. But people have been doing this for years and years. The Amish do it. My grandparents did it. My parents did it. They didn't do potatoes, but I don't know. I think USDA ought to look at some of these companies that are making cereals and stuff with all the dyes and stuff in it and regulate them a little bit more than they do canning. Because look at that crap that you're eating. I actually like that crap too, so I really can't say much. But it's true though. A lot of countries don't allow a lot of ingredients in their foods that the US does. It's kind of scary. I think there's one country that doesn't even allow Mountain Dew to be sold over there. That's kind of scary. I knew I didn't like that stuff for a reason. I don't know. We're going to be pushing it. Might be able to fit all these in here. We'll see. Can I get one more in here? Should be able to. Yeah. You can't even see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Ugh. Take the glove off here for a minute. There we go. You go put a new glove on. Excuse my messy kitchen. I've been cooking all weekend. And I've cleaned a little bit as I go, but last night I was like done. I'm so done. I'm done cleaning. I'm done cooking. I'm going to bed. I think I've got enough room for 3 more rows. I have to move some of these right out of the way. So it's that time of the year. Did you guys get your gardens put up? I have not. I've got to go cut all my asparagus up. Let's see, what else do I want to dig up. Well, my plan was to turn my garden out front into berries, and I wanted to dig up a ton of berry plants that I have out in the yard and move them into my garden. I have blackberries have taken over the front lawn, and I really want to clean that up, move them down into my garden into established rows that are easy to get to, easy to prune. I've got blueberries down there, tall bush, big bush blueberries that I've already planted, raspberries that I've planted. So I want to get my blackberries down there. I want to get my black raspberries down there. I've got to go over to my old house to steal those from my niece, some of them anyways, and start getting a good crop of those going. But blackberries, crazy. They are crazy taking up the room on the lawn. They just go wild. But if I can put some row covers down and get some nice rows in there, that'll be nice. That will be very nice. There, didn't even have to dirty another pan. Yay. And I'll cook these for about 45 minutes. Half hour, 45 minutes. I really don't time it. I just look at them. If they look done, then I take them out. It's awful. I don't keep track of anything, which kind of stinks for you guys because I can't really tell you exactly how to do it. There. So I will let those cook. I'll check them and see. I'll check them in about half an hour. Set the timer there. So that is how you make meatballs. And I'll come back and show you what they look like after. Either that or I'll just post them. Maybe I'll do a recipe at the end. Yeah, I'll put a recipe at the end. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Don't forget to like my videos and share my videos. Also subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Bye.